ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste, my dear friends. This is second video on self-realization according to Annamalai Swami. I start this video with the opening statement. According to Annamalai Swami, self-realization is available to anyone who possesses the following qualities and attitudes. 1. Universal availability. Self-realization is not confined to a specific group of people. It is universally available to all human beings regardless of their age, gender, caste, nationality, or religious background. 2. Purity of heart. A pure heart free from malice, jealousy, and ill will is essential. Inner purity creates a conducive environment for the awakening of self-awareness. 3. Determination. Determination and a strong will are necessary to overcome the obstacles on the spiritual path. A resolute mind can withstand distractions and setbacks. 4. Spiritual inquiry. Those who question the nature of reality and seek to understand the self beyond the physical body and mind are candidates for self-realization. The practice of self-inquiry is a powerful tool in this process. 5. Surrender. Surrendering the ego and personal desires to a higher power, the divine or the Guru, is a significant aspect of the spiritual journey. Surrender involves letting go of the sense of doership and trusting the guidance of the higher self or the Guru. 6. Contentment. Contentment with what one has and acceptance of the present moment are important attitudes. Contentment reduces the restlessness of the mind and allows for inner peace. 7. Desire for liberation. An intense desire for liberation, moksha, from the cycle of birth and death fuels the spiritual quest. This desire acts as a driving force propelling individuals towards self-realization. 8. Aversion to suffering. A genuine aversion to the suffering caused by the egoic mind and the transient nature of the world motivates individuals to seek a permanent solution in self-realization. 9. Unwavering faith. Having unwavering faith in the teachings, the Guru, and the spiritual path is crucial. Faith provides the necessary strength and conviction to continue the spiritual practices, especially in challenging times. 10. Devotion and love. Devotion and love for the Guru, the Divine, or the higher self create a strong emotional connection to the spiritual path. Devotion purifies the heart and deepens the spiritual experience. 11. Detachment. Detachment from material possessions and worldly attachments is essential. Detachment does not mean renunciation of the world, but rather a non-attachment to the transient aspects of life. 12. Self-reflection. Regular self-reflection and introspection aid in understanding one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Self-reflection fosters self-awareness, a key component of self-realization. According to Annamalai Swami, anyone who possesses these qualities and is earnest in their pursuit of self-realization can achieve it. The key lies in the sincerity of the seeker and their willingness to cultivate the necessary qualities that facilitate the direct experience of their true nature. According to Annamalai Swami, the potential for self-realization is within every individual. Here are additional qualities and attitudes that, according to his teachings, make someone deserving and capable of achieving self-realization. 1. Honesty. Honest self-examination and acknowledgement of one's shortcomings and limitations are vital. Facing the truth about oneself without self-deception is a mark of spiritual maturity. 2. Silence of the mind. Cultivating mental silence through practices such as meditation or self-inquiry is important. A quiet mind is receptive to the subtle truths of existence and facilitates self-realization. 3. Gratitude. A heart filled with gratitude for life, the teachings, and the opportunity for spiritual progress is conducive to self-realization. Gratitude fosters humility and opens the heart to the grace of the divine. 4. Non-judgment. Avoiding judgment of oneself and others is crucial. Judgment creates division and strengthens the ego. Embracing a non-judgmental attitude fosters unity and understanding. 5. Integrity. Living in alignment with one's values and principles demonstrates integrity. This consistency between inner beliefs and outward actions creates harmony and clarity in the mind. 6. Detachment from results. Practicing actions without attachment to the outcomes leads to mental equanimity. Detachment from the fruits of actions reduces anxiety and allows individuals to remain focused on the present moment. 7. Compassionate service. Engaging in selfless service seva with love and compassion purifies the heart. Acts of kindness and service to others cultivate a sense of interconnectedness and humility. 8. Awareness of impermanence. Understanding the impermanent nature of all phenomena, including thoughts and emotions, help in detaching from the transient aspects of life. Realizing the impermanence of the world directs one's focus inward. 9. Continual learning. Remaining open to learning from every experience and being receptive to new insights promotes spiritual growth. A curious and inquisitive mind explores deeper truths. 10. Faith in the inner guru. Trusting the inner guidance and the presence of the divine within oneself is essential. Faith in the inner guru helps individuals navigate the spiritual path with confidence. 11. Non-attachment to spiritual experiences. Experiencing spiritual phenomena is not the goal. Remaining detached from extraordinary experiences ensures that one does not get distracted from the ultimate aim of self-realization. 12. Renunciation of egoic desires. Letting go of desires rooted in the ego, such as the desire for fame, power, or recognition, paves the way for inner transformation. Renunciation leads to inner freedom. In Annamalai Swami's teachings, self-realization is not a distant achievement but a present reality obscured by the veils of the egoic mind. By cultivating these qualities and attitudes, individuals can remove these veils and directly experience their true nature, leading to self-realization. Annamalai Swami was a renowned spiritual teacher and a direct disciple of the famous sage Ramana Maharshi. He dedicated his life to the practice and dissemination of the teachings of self-inquiry, also known as Atma Vichara, as taught by Ramana Maharshi. Self-realization, according to this path, involves understanding one's true nature by inquiring deeply into the question, who am I? Here are the key steps and principles of achieving self realization through the path explored by Annamalai Swami and his Guru Ramana Maharshi. 1. Self inquiry, Atma Vichara, questioning the self. Start by asking yourself, who am I? This inquiry is not meant to generate intellectual answers but to direct your attention inward towards the source of your thoughts and emotions. Persistent inquiry. Continuously inquire into the nature of your own awareness. Whenever thoughts arise, investigate to whom these thoughts occur. By repeatedly asking, who am I? The mind becomes still and the true self is realized. 2. Self observation. Witnessing awareness. Cultivate the awareness of being the silent witness of your thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Observe them without judgment or attachment. This witnessing consciousness is your true nature. Non identification. Learn to detach from the mind and body. Recognize that you are not your thoughts, emotions, or physical sensations. You are the observer behind them. 3. Surrender and devotion. Surrender to the higher self. Surrender your egoic tendencies and personal desires to the higher self or the divine presence within. Trust in the process and let go of the need to control. Devotion to the Guru. Develop a deep reverence and devotion to your spiritual teacher or Guru. The Guru's presence and guidance can help accelerate your spiritual progress. 4th, silence and meditation. Meditative practices. Regular meditation and moments of stillness are essential. They help quiet the mind, making it easier to engage in self inquiry and experience the silent awareness within. Inner silence. Cultivate inner silence both in meditation and in daily life. In the silence between thoughts, the true self is revealed. 5. Self-acceptance and compassion. Self-love and acceptance. Embrace yourself fully, including your flaws and imperfections. Self-love and self-acceptance create a conducive inner environment for self-realization. Compassion for all beings. Extend your compassion and understanding to all living beings. Recognize the interconnectedness of all life forms. 6. Integration into daily life. Mindful living. Practice mindfulness in your everyday activities. Be fully present in whatever you do, whether it is eating, walking, or working. Integrating wisdom. Apply the insights gained from your spiritual practice in your interactions with others. Live a life of integrity, humility, and kindness. 7. Grace and surrender. Grace of the divine. Understand that self realization is not solely dependent on individual effort. Grace plays a significant role. Surrender to the divine and trust in its guiding force. Ego surrender. Surrender the ego completely. Realize that the ego, with its attachments and identifications, is the main obstacle to self realization. 8. Patience and perseverance. Patience. Progress on the spiritual path may be gradual. Be patient with yourself and the process. Avoid frustration and self judgment. Perseverance. Persevere in your practice even when facing challenges or apparent lack of progress. Consistency and determination are key factors. By following these principles and integrating them into your daily life, you can embark on the path of self realization as explored by Annamalai Swami and his Guru Ramana Maharshi. Remember that the journey inward requires sincerity, dedication, and an open heart. Ultimately, the goal is to recognize your true nature beyond the limitations of the mind and body, leading to lasting peace, happiness, and self realization. Some additional aspects and insights on achieving self realization through the teachings of Annamalai, Swami, and the path of self inquiry. 1. Total self surrender. Complete trust. Surrender not just intellectually but with your entire being. Trust the process of self inquiry and the guidance of the Guru completely. Let go of the need to control and surrender all thoughts, doubts, and fears. 2. Silencing the internal dialogue. Quieting the mind. Practice observing the mind without getting involved in the internal chatter. Through continuous observation, the mind gradually loses its momentum, leading to stillness and clarity. Embracing silence. Value the power of silence. Silence is not the absence of noise, but the absence of inner chatter. In silence, the truth reveals itself. 3. Awareness of awareness. Being aware of being aware. Shift your attention from the objects of awareness, thoughts, sensations, to awareness itself. Be aware of the pure awareness that is aware of everything. This direct self awareness leads to self realization. 4. Letting go of attachments. Detachment from desires. Recognize that desires and attachments bind you to the cycle of suffering. Let go of the attachment to outcomes, possessions, and relationships. Detachment leads to freedom. Renunciation of ego. Renounce the egoic identity, the sense of I, me, and mine perpetuates illusion. By letting go of this identification, you merge with the universal consciousness. Heart centered practice. Cultivating love and compassion. Open your heart to unconditional love and compassion. Love is not just an emotion but the very essence of your being. Radiate love to all beings, and in doing so, dissolve barriers between yourself and others. 6. Embracing impermanence. Understanding impermanence. Realize the impermanent nature of the world and all experiences. By understanding that everything in the material realm is transient, you shift your focus from the ephemeral to the eternal. 7. Integration of body, mind, and spirit. Yoga and self realization. Engage in practices like yoga and meditation to integrate your physical, mental, and spiritual aspects. A healthy body and a calm mind provide a conducive environment for self realization. Mindful living. Extend the practice of mindfulness to every aspect of your life. The way you eat, sleep, work, and relate to others can all be expressions of your spiritual awakening. 8. Gratitude and contentment. Gratitude practice. Cultivate gratitude for everything in your life, whether perceived as positive or negative. Gratitude opens your heart and invites abundance into your life. Contentment. Find contentment in the present moment. The search for fulfillment outside of yourself is endless. True contentment arises from within, from recognizing the fullness of your being. 9. Transcending duality. Beyond dualities. Recognize that good and bad, pleasure and pain are dualities of the mind. Transcend these dualities by realizing the underlying unity of existence. In truth, there is no division. 10. Living in presence. The power of now. Emphasize the importance of the present moment. Your true self exists only in the now. By fully being in the present, you dissolve the illusion of time and ego. 11. Teaching by example. Living as the teaching. Be a living embodiment of the teachings. Your actions and presence can inspire and guide others on the path. Share the teachings not just through words but through your being. Remember that self realization is a profound inner journey that unfolds differently for each individual. It is not a destination but a continuous unfolding of awareness and understanding. By earnestly practicing these principles, one can move closer to the realization of their true nature and experience the ultimate freedom and peace that it brings. Some more insights and aspects related to achieving self realization through the teachings of Annamalai Swami and the path of self inquiry. 1. The power of stillness. Being still. Emphasize the importance of inner stillness. In the silence of the mind, the truth is revealed. Practice being still mentally, emotionally, and physically, allowing the natural state of being to shine forth. 2. Awareness of thought patterns. Observing thought patterns. Pay attention to recurring thoughts, patterns, and emotional reactions. By observing them without judgment, you can untangle yourself from their grip and realize they do not define your true self. 3. Satsang and spiritual community. Satsang and spiritual fellowship. Surround yourself with spiritual seekers and practitioners. Engaging in satsang, spiritual discourse with like-minded individuals creates an environment conducive to self-inquiry and spiritual growth. 4. Integration of emotions. Embracing emotions. Instead of suppressing or indulging in emotions, embrace them with awareness. Understand that emotions are temporary and do not reflect your core identity. Allow them to arise and dissolve naturally. 5. Simplicity and humility. Simplicity of being. Embrace simplicity in thoughts, actions, and lifestyle. A clutter free life, both mentally and physically, allows your true nature to shine forth without distractions. Humility. Cultivate humility in your spiritual journey. Humility opens the heart and allows for a deep sense of interconnectedness with all of your existence. 6. Beyond conceptual understanding. Direct experience. Move beyond intellectual understanding. Self realization is not merely a concept, it is a direct experiential realization. Be open to direct, non conceptual experiences of your true nature. 7. Unlearning and unbecoming. Unlearning conditioned beliefs. Question societal and cultural conditioning. Self realization often involves unlearning what society has taught you about identity, success, and happiness. Unbecoming who you are not. Strip away the layers of false identity, Self-realization is a process of unbecoming everything that is not your true self. 8. Sacredness of all existence. Seeing the divine in all, recognize the sacredness in every being and every moment. When you see the divine in everything, love and reverence become your natural way of being. 9. Silent transmission. Transmission beyond words. Understand the silent transmission of wisdom. The Guru's presence can communicate profound truths beyond the limitations of language. Be receptive to this silent transmission. Liberation 10. Liberation from the known. Stepping beyond the familiar. Liberation comes from stepping beyond the known and the familiar. Be open to the unknown, the formless, and the limitless dimensions of existence. 11. Integration of dualities. Integration of light and shadow. Embrace both your light and shadow aspects. Self-realization involves integrating all facets of your being, accepting and integrating your perceived flaws and shortcomings. 12. Gratitude for challenges. Gratitude for challenges. View challenges and difficulties as opportunities for growth. They provide invaluable lessons and opportunities to deepen your understanding of yourself and life. 13. Beyond comparison. Transcending comparison. Avoid comparing your spiritual journey to others. Each path is unique and progress cannot be measured externally. Focus on your own inner transformation. 14. Eternal now. Living in the eternal now. Realize that all experiences, insights, and realizations happen in the present moment. The present moment is the doorway to eternity. Be fully present and alive in each moment. Remember that self realization is a deeply personal and transformative journey. It requires sincerity, patience, and unwavering commitment. The teachings of Annamalai Swami emphasize the simplicity and directness of self-inquiry, pointing directly to the truth of your being. By integrating these principles into your life with dedication and authenticity, you can move closer to the realization of your true nature. Some additional insights and aspects related to achieving self-realization through the teachings of Annamalai Swami and the path of self-inquiry. 1. Embracing the unknown. Comfort in uncertainty. Cultivate comfort in the unknown. Self-realization often involves stepping into the vast uncertainty of existence without fear. Trust the process even when it seems unfamiliar or challenging. Probing the source. Go deeper into the inquiry by investigating the origin of I thought. Ask what is this and trace its source. Recognize that the egoic identity dissolves when its source is realized. 3. Beyond mind and intellect, transcending mental constructs. Understand that self realization is not an intellectual achievement, it transcends the mind and intellect. Direct experience goes beyond the limitations of conceptual thinking, witnessing the play of Maya, observing the illusory nature. Understand that the world and all experiences are part of the Maya, the cosmic illusion. Witness the play of forms and events with detachment, knowing that they are transient and ever changing. 5. Integration of meditation and daily life. Meditative awareness. Carry the meditative awareness into every aspect of your life, whether you are working, interacting with others, or resting. Maintain the awareness of your true nature. 6. Beyond fear of death. Confronting fear of death. Self realization involves confronting the fear of death directly. Understand that the true self is beyond birth and death. Realizing your eternal nature leads to the dissolution of this fear. 7. Integration of body awareness. Body as a gateway. Use the body as a gateway to self realization. Direct your awareness inward, feeling the sensations within your body. Realize that the body is not separate from the consciousness. 8. Non-attachment to spiritual experiences. Detachment from spiritual experiences. If you have profound spiritual experiences, do not get attached to them. Even these experiences come and go. True self-realization is beyond any temporary experience. 9. Transcending egoic desires. Freedom from ego desires. Recognize that egoic desires are insatiable. No external achievement or possession can satisfy the ego. Transcending these desires leads to profound inner fulfillment. Compassionate understanding. Com- Compassion for ignorance. Have compassion for those who are not awakened. Understand that ignorance is not a fault but a lack of understanding. Cultivate a compassionate attitude towards all beings. 11. Integration of silence and sound. Harmony of silence and sound. Recognize the harmony between silence and sound. Silence is not disturbed by sound, it embraces all sounds. Similarly, your true nature remains unchanged amidst the noises of the mind. 12. Surrendering the doership. Acting without the doer. perform actions without the sense of being the doer. Understand that actions happen spontaneously through the body mind complex. By relinquishing the doership, you remain in a state of effortless being. 13. Contemplation of unity. Contemplating oneness. Contemplate the unity of all existence. Realize that the same consciousness that is within you is within every living being and every particle in the universe. There is no real separation. 14. Intuitive guidance. Trusting intuition. Develop trust in your intuitive guidance. Intuition often leads you beyond the limitations of logic and reasoning, providing insights into your true nature. Remember that the path of self realization is a deeply personal and transformative journey. It is about discovering the eternal truth of who you are beyond the limitations of the egoic mind. By earnestly practicing these teachings with sincerity and openness, you can progress on the path toward self realization and experience the boundless freedom and peace that it brings. At this point, I complete this video. Thank you for watching this video. Namaskar, my dear friends. Namaste.